Hey everybody, it's Mark with Izzo's Blue Light Productions, and today I'm going to go over importing audio into a Pro Tools session. Whether this is a brand new session you're starting or one you have already been using, we're going to talk about how to import it, whether it's from your computer or off of a CD and get it in your session. I actually do a lot of work with singers who will record to karaoke tracks just to showcase their singing ability. So I actually do this a lot, but I've had a couple of people ask me how to do it and they were kind of unsure. So first let's open up that session we're doing. I'm going to open up my new session that I have here. And this session that I created, I have a vocal track already set up, ready to go. Now it doesn't matter if you're halfway through your session, at the end of your session, just starting your session, if it's one vocal track you have set up or multiples. It doesn't matter if you set up one and then do more later on. Right now we're just going to focus on putting that audio into the session. So as you can see, my session open, I have a vocal track named Vox. Flip back and forth, you can see it. And now we want to import audio. We want to import a song that we're going to sing to. So there's a few ways to do this. I use a lot of quick keys because I've been using Pro Tools for a while, but if you're not at that part yet of using quick keys, that's totally fine. Just go up to File, and if you go down, you actually go to Import, and then you want to go to Import Audio. And what it'll do is it'll pull up this window. I'll cancel this really quick. If you do use quick keys, if you look at import audio, it's going to be Shift Command I. So if you do Shift Command I, it brings you to the same window. So what you would do from here is on the left side here, I can select the different files and hard drives on my computer. If you had a CD, you could click on the CD and then it would populate the songs here. For me, I'm just going to my music and my iTunes. Now let's see if I actually have anything karaoke on here. So I'm going through my iTunes, it looks like I do. Oh, we got the song Gravity in karaoke. So select the song you want to do, and it's either going to add it or convert it. It all depends on what the bit rate is and the sample rate of the song. If the bit rate and sample rate of the song are exactly the same as your session, it'll just say add or add all if you have multiple songs. If the sample rates aren't the same in bit rates, it's going to say convert. So if you're wondering why one is grayed out and the other one's not, that's why. So in this one, it's not going to be the same sample rate and bit rate. It's okay though. Just hit convert, it's going to convert it. You can also preview the song here to make sure it's the right song that you're wanting to do, just to be on the safe side. So, okay, that's the song I want to use. Great. So I'm going to convert it, and I'm going to hit done. And what Pro Tools is going to do is it's going to convert the song after I place it in my audio folder. So it says open, it says choose a destination folder. Well, this is where you need to select where the song is going to go. I would recommend, because if you don't do it this way, you're going to probably run into problems with your session. I would recommend putting this into the audio folder of the session that you're working on. You don't have to name it or anything, it's already preset the name, but make sure you put it in the audio files folder of the session you're working on. And then it'll convert it and drop it in. If you accidentally put it somewhere else, you run the risk of Pro Tools not being able to find it when you open the session. Usually it will, even if it's someplace else, but it could run the risk of not finding it. And then if you move the file somewhere, Pro Tools is not going to be able to find it if you accidentally move it someplace else. So make sure you put it in the right spot. Now import audio options here, or audio import options. You have two places you can put the destination. You can put it in a new track or the regions list, and you can select where you want it to start. If you want it to start at the session start, if you want to do it at a certain selection, if you want to select an area and drop it in, or a certain spot, if you're doing spotting like for audio post-production. So in this case, if I do a new track, it means it's going to open a new track here and dump the song in at the session start. If I do the regions list, it grays out location because I don't get to, it's going to dump it into my regions list, which is over here on the right. What's the benefit of either one? It just depends on what you need. If I already have some stereo tracks set up, because this is a song, so it's going to be a stereo track. If I already have some stereo tracks set up and I don't want it to add another track to my session, then I'll do regions list, and then I'll drag it out of my regions list later on, which I'll show you how to do that. But for right now, since I don't have any tracks, I'll do a new track and I'll let it do at the session start. And boom, it dumps my song in. I'm going to hit play. And then you can hear it. So obviously, if I wanted to record and sing over this karaoke song, all I'd have to do is record arm my vocal, do my record enable, and then I can hit play and I can record and sing to the song. I don't have a mic hooked up or anything, but at this point, I'd hit record and I could sing to the song. To show you the other way really quick, let's say, let me delete this audio. Let's say that I have, no, let me leave that in. Let me just mute this. I'm going to do another track. So we can either go to track new, or in this case, the quick key is Shift Command N. So let's say I already had a stereo audio track set up on my session, and I'm going to import another song. So let's do Shift Command I to import. I'm going to go back to my music. Let me see if I have another karaoke. I know I did. Stronger, great. Sounds perfect. Just kidding. So let me bring this in. Once again, I got to choose my destination folders. It usually defaults to the folder you just had open, which is iTunes. So I'm going to go back to my new session, audio files, drop that in. But this time, I'm not going to select a new track for my import. I'm going to select a regions list because I already have my track set up. Now, I want to make sure, like I've stated in other videos, I don't want to leave it audio 1. So I'm going to label the track. So let's say I already had the stronger track labeled and I had it set up. Instead of making a new track, I put it in my regions list here, and what I do is I click on it and I just drag it out of my regions list, and I'll drag it to the beginning of my track. And now I have stronger on my track. So there's two ways to do it. You can either create it to a new track or your regions list and drag it out. So that's simply all you have to do to import audio to get into a session. So if you have any questions, just drop me a message. But thanks for listening and have a great day.